in 1992, we present the fabulous What's the Scenario remix. Whereas there are 7 MCs, 6 which are in physical form, 1 which is in spiritual essence. And he goes.
I don't know. I've got to figure out some Black Monday Night Football music or something like. Is there a Black Monday Night Football that we can get besides? Well, what's the racist dude?
Play that music
Hank
from
Williams, the third junior.
Play that music from The Last Boy Scout when Jimmy Dix is out there shooting at people in the middle of a football game.
Mention the Last Boy Scout with Jimmy Dix. This is our bonus content of the Black NFL playoffs.
Yeah, Black NFL blackness ratings, man. We told y'all we took a couple weeks off on the last show, man. So we back to make it up, man. So we wanted to take our Black playoffs out of the main part of the show because we have some places we want to go with this. Now that we've gotten to the point that we've got playoff seeds and stuff, so we're gonna do some deep dives here, man. Let's lay out what that's all about. So how it's really going to break down is that we're taking some of the most notable African Americans from each city that's in the playoff seeds here. And to recap it for you real quick, the cities that we're putting against each other are.
And if you want to see we went through all 30-some teams.
Yeah.
If you want to go back and listen to the NFL Black is NFL cities episode where we drafted this playoff. So we just didn't pull out of nowhere. Yeah. We broke down every city and why. And what record they had. It was extensive. So you would have gone back and check that out.
Absolutely. So we're doing this round by round. So this is what basically we break out to the wild card round right here. We've got a number 3 seed Baltimore going against a number 6 seed Kansas City. Mm-hmm. We got a number 4 seed Miami going against a number 5 seed Tennessee, but only representing for Nashville, though. That's an important thing to remember here as we go into this. Only representing for Nashville. So don't get mad at us, Memphis, or anywhere else. Y'all aren't included in this one. And then over on the NFC side, we got a number 3 seed Washington, D.C., just D.C. We're not doing the whole Virginia and all of that,
you don't get the Clips.
You don't get the DMV Super Squad to take on everybody
Elliott
here.
And all them. No, you don't get them.
That's a different thing. If you want them to get in, get them a team. Yeah. And then number 3 Washington going up against Chicago. Who it really came down to splitting the hair between Chicago and Dallas to be in.
To be honest, yeah.
Yeah. For
and
all
Philly,
our Dallas,
Philly was in the mix with that too.
Oh yeah, and all our Dallas people that came for us and said we wasn't, representing right. It was a tough split, but that was the way that it went. And then we've got number 4 seed L.A. versus number 5 seed New Orleans.
Yo, these brackets is crazy. It's not even brackets. These playoffs is crazy.
Yo, before we get into this real quick, what's a black city that's not represented here that could hold its weight?
Memphis.
That just doesn't have a football. Memphis. So my top 5, my top 5 black cities that should be in this but aren't anymore. That can't, I guess you should say, couldn't be in it. Memphis for sure. Mm-hmm. Memphis for sure. St. Louis got to be in there too.
Yeah, definitely.
St. Louis has to be in there too. We could just take the entire Mississippi brothers that migrated up from Mississippi.
67% of Mississippi is black.
Exactly. Virginia,
yeah. Sans DC.
Yeah, Sans DC, Virginia, and then my last one, it slipped my mind. Oh,
did we do South Carolina?
Yeah, I was gonna say the Carolinas. But you got Charlotte.
South Carolina people, they probably root for the Carolina Panthers, right?
Yeah, but I mean, still, they had their own squad. They would want it though.
Yeah, you got that right there.
Like you talk about places that black people are at, and I've gone on the record that I have some dispute with Alabama, so
you won't even add them in there.
I'm not adding them in there.
So B-Ham can't get in there?
Nah, man. I'm mad still. I'm mad about them things, man. Let's get into these brackets, man. Let's see how we got. All right, so let's start on the AFC side. Yep. So we'll do that. We'll do our 2 AFC matchups. This is the wild card round. Mm-hmm. So we're doing the wild card today. We'll move on to the divisional next episode. So let's start off first. Baltimore versus Kansas City. So let's give the rubric here. We're gonna list out for this round of separating these cities. We're gonna go with famous people, famous fictional characters, and then notable black athletes from that city. And that's how we're just going to put that up against them. We've already went in general feel of blackness to get to this point. So we're going to go over this. So, all right. So, on Baltimore, I'm going to run out the prominent black Baltimoreans.
Okay.
Is that a...
Baltimoreans, yeah.
Baltimoreans?
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of syllables.
I can see that working.
All right, fine. We'll do that.
For some reason, shouts out Baltimore listeners. They can let us know.
All right, man. So, this is a heavy hitting. This is a heavy hitting crew right here. So, Billie Holiday, Frederick Douglass, W.E.B. Du Bois, Tupac, Tony Braxton, Montel Williams, Cab Calloway, Yaphet Kotto, Carmelo Anthony, and Reginald Lewis.
The great Yaphet Kotto.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, put respect on his name.
I'm sorry. And for fictional characters, then we're just going to say everybody that was ever on The Wire. All of them. So the whole Wire stands in as the fictional characters for Baltimore. And then for athletes, we got all the Ravens, Eddie Murray from the Orioles, Hall of Famer, and Frank Robinson, baseball Hall of Famer. And I forgot about one piece of the what's here. Do we want to go for the black stamp for this round, or we want to do the black stamp next round?
Next round.
All right.
We hit people with loud already.
All right.
We'll make it more complicated as we get along.
All right, so we'll leave it here. So, all right, so that's going to go over to Kansas City now. Kansas City, the 6th seed. This is the 3 versus the 6th seed in the blackness NFL City blackness poll. Kansas City is boasting the likes of Don Cheadle, world-renowned actor, Misty Copeland, by dopest ballerinas on earth, Janelle Monáe, a jack of all trades and honors, Eddie Griffin, Tech Nine, Columbus Short.
That's when you know it's bad for the 6th seed. It's like the 6th seed losing their safety.
And
they got to put it in.
And you got to put Columbus Short in. Well, we still got a linebacker right here,
okay.
and the legendary Buck O'Neil.
Okay. Buck O'Neil's playing safety and
Buck O'Neil's playing. He's two-way. He's old school. He played in the Negro Leagues. He's two-way.
Exactly.
So the fictional people that we could come up that are from Kansas City is Mouse from Devil in the Blue Dress.
That's a hell of a character, though.
Which is Don Cheadle, by the way.
John Cheadle probably went into the region. Like, I must have changed his city to Kansas City.
Hey, but we got some G's on the athlete side, though. We got Satchel Paige. We got anybody that ever played for Kansas City Monarchs. So that's like all of like the OGs. Josh Gibson. I mean, you got hella OGs in the.
Did Jackie Robinson play for the Monarchs?
Yes, Jackie Robinson played for the Monarchs too. I don't remember. I have to check.
Didn't know, right?
Yeah, he did.
He did?
Yeah.
Damn, they had the whip at one point.
Yeah, they had Hilton Smith, who's one of the more underrated Negro League players of all
They
time.
didn't have Ray Campanella, nobody like that, right?
I would have to look at list of notable.
So Kansas City Monarchs was basically like the Yankees.
Oh yeah.
Like they just came out with whips every year.
I mean, in the later era of the Negro Leagues, we'll do a Negro League show one day. Talk about what that really means.
Yeah.
In the late era of the Negro Leagues, like the glory days of it, because it was a very early era of the Negro Leagues too. That was before it got to Kansas City, when you had like the New York Black Giants and the New York Cubans and things like that.
Is that a Cool Papa Bell era?
Kinda.
Because he's before.
Cool Papa Bell
Josh
played.
Gibson.
No, he played with all of them. He played with all of them. A little bit, but
okay.
Cat's careers went. Anyway, I digress. I don't mean to take Kansas City's spotlight, but you got a lot of Negro League deep roots in Kansas City, and for notable athletes, you got Derek Thomas, probably second best outside linebacker all time.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, died way too soon. You got Neil Smith, who was causing trouble right there with him. You got Bo Jackson. You got super athletic baseball Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
You got Christian Okoye, the Nigerian Nightmare, who killed somebody on Monday Night Football.
That's bad that everybody, if you that player, you just be known that you got killed on Monday.
He killed somebody on Monday Night Football. You got Larry Johnson, who violated G Code. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, too.
Yeah. Oh.
We're going to talk about that a little bit later, too. We got Priest Holmes, who came out of nowhere to ball heavy. And then you got the reigning MVP, Pat Mahomes, right now, who might be the greatest mixed athlete of all time. We'll see about how that, we'll break that down in the future. No, man, Pat Mahomes off to a big start. Hey, Pat Mahomes off to a big start. We'll see. We'll get down to it.
Okay.
There's a lot of mixtures to get into. So that's
all our mixed listeners would.
Hey, and there's a ton of amazing jazz musicians that got to be counted into Kansas City's background as well. So 3 versus 6 for Kansas City versus Baltimore.
I'm going to be more though, man.
I think I might have to go Baltimore too.
Baltimore's rugged, baby.
You got all the Wire and Frederick Douglass, who was slapping people on
And
Sherman
WB
Showcase.
Boys, you said.
That Frederick Douglass that was showing up on Sherman Showcase and slapping people every week. Yeah, and Tupac and W.E.B. Du
And
Bois.
Jada Pinkett.
And Billie Holiday.
Yeah, they came. Sorry,
And the great Yaphet Kotto.
The great Yaphet Kotto. Don't get it twisted.
And Cab Calloway.
That's what I said.
Baltimore's moving on.
Baltimore is gonna be hard to knock out in that divisional.
Baltimore's moving on. Yeah. Baltimore's moving on to a next week they'll face Oakland in the divisional round.
That's but now that one's gonna be a new school versus old school because Baltimore's got the history historically of black people. Oakland's a little bit more newer school. Your West Coast cities are gonna be more newer black people.
Oakland got some G's though.
I'm not doubting it.
Oakland got Ozzie Smith, Ricky Henderson,
MC Hammer.
Yeah.
And we ain't even really.
But guess what? They can take Eddie Murray too because that's where he's from.
Oh shit! So they can just X out your.
From Robinson get to go over there too because that's where he's from. Like Oakland, just baseball alone, Oakland got.
Isn't Jackie Robinson from Oakland?
No, he's from Los Angeles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cause he was the UCLA or whatever. Right?
Yeah.
Is it Bill Russell from there?
Bill Russell went to college there for sure. I can't remember if he's actually from there or not. But
so next week, Oakland versus.
No, Bill Russell's from Louisiana.
Okay. He just went to San Francisco State or whatever, right?
Yeah, he went to San Francisco. He won 2 national championships because all he did was win. Period.
Right. His whole life.
Yeah. But anyway, though. So moving on to our next matchup here, Miami versus Tennessee. Specifically Nashville, Tennessee, not Memphis.
Yeah,
not Memphis. Just to be fair here,
Memphis. When we can do the basketball one, you guys will definitely be in the great running space there.
Yes, absolutely.
One of the most legendary black cities of all time.
Yes, Memphis will represent heavily in that. I mean, yeah, you got all the music that Elvis stole from black people and sang. I mean, we've got all sorts of things to do there. But so let's go to Miami first, real quick. Miami is the 4 seed. In this because they did win the AFC East. They won the AFC East. Once again, shows why there could have been cities like Dallas
that would have won.
They could have run away with the AFC East. Like just put it in their pocket and ran
funny
away.
Thing, Miami ran away with the AFC East on their side though, and they shouldn't have.
And this is just because we had the Jets we gave the Jets the New Jersey. We didn't give them New York. We gave them New Jersey.
Yep, 2 different. We had to split it up.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, this is like the year the Bears went to the playoffs, and we knew they were the 2nd seed. We knew they should have been the 2nd.
This kind of feel like the year that the Seahawks went to the playoffs when they were 7-9.
Oh, but they won their first round. Remember that's when Beast Mode first had his coming out party.
Yeah, but they showed up and it was like a losing team made the playoffs.
And then you were like, oh, they're going to be the team of the future.
And sure enough, they were. So, all right. So here's our all-star list of native Miamians. Okay. Uncle Luke and the 2 Live Crew. I think it's important to mention them first and give them their room to breathe.
Give them their roses.
Trick Daddy.
Yes.
Rick Ross.
Yes.
Trina.
Gotta give it to the Queen.
Flo Rida.
Yep.
The Rock.
Yeah, for sure.
Jason Derulo. Well, he's black. He's just, hey, I've read a thing recently that said, why is it that we always get mad at white people for singing black music, but we never get mad at black people for singing white music?
Derulo was the one that... Damn, that's real.
Because Flo Rida doing that same thing.
Shit.
Philip Michael Thomas, the black guy from Miami Vice.
The great Philip Michael Thomas.
And it's now time, speaking of greatness, to bring out that big joker. This is when you got your hand and you ain't see that last card, but you rolled that big joke over and you're like, oh my God, this hand just got serious. Sidney Poitier is a Miami native.
Woo! And they're the 4 seed, right?
They are a 4 seed. They're great athletes from the from Miami area. The entire University of Miami football program,
that's a big card.
That's a huge card. That's like 2 different eras of gangster.
Yeah.
You got Michael Irvin and them wearing camouflage, rolling up and play Notre Dame.
All the way. No, that's up to the 2000s too with Dorsey and.
Well, yeah, but before you even get to all of that, you still got Warren Sapp.
Yeah, you got the 90s
you got
too.
The Rock.
Ray Lewis.
Yep, you got Ray Lewis. You got all them cats, and then you get to just the most G'd up.
Eric Reed too. Was it Eric Reed in them years too?
Not Eric Reed. You think about Ed Reed.
He was.
There's 2 versions of 2000s Miami. They were all on one team together too. Like when Sean Taylor was backing up Ed Reed.
Yeah, think about it.
And you had a team that had like Santana Moss and Andre Johnson was his backup with Reggie Wayne starting on the other side of him.
This stuff's stupid.
And then when you look at the running backs, when you had Clinton Portis, Willis McGahee, Frank Gore, and Nahea Davenport all running the ball together.
And the one running back we forget about that we never.
The only person on their team that was white was their quarterback.
But one person we forget about that was a running back that was legendary behind his daddy, Peyton Jr.
Yeah, well, he's
unmentionable. But people,
you had Kellen Winslow on that team.
Dude, I don't know now.
No, he's still his work has still been laid down.
Okay, we're talking about sports only.
Yeah, we're talking about sports. That's it. That's it. None of that other stuff. Yeah,
which that's just still amazing.
It's ridiculous. It's got some crazy. But you had the great Vince Wilfork on that team too. Damn. You had G's on that team, like Hall of Famers, like getting started off. But so those are our great athletes from the Miami era. And you also have a double famous person in Philip Michael Thomas, who played himself on TV in his native land, and The Rock, who played a version of himself throughout WWE for many years.
And he's on the TV show Ballers, which is based out of Miami.
Yes, exactly. Even though that's really gotten weird in this last season.
Yeah, this last season.
It's really bad. Like I don't
even understand what the fuck is going on.
I think I kind of turned it off, and I think like there's 4 episodes left. I feel like I should finish, but I'm not sure if I'm going to get to it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. I don't even understand how the fuck we got here.
Yeah, it's taking some liberties.
I know
it's taking some liberties to say the very
exactly.
least. All right, so now let's go to Nashville. Notable people from Nashville. Notable black people from Nashville. Reigning AL MVP, Mookie Betts.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
David Price, pitcher at Vanderbilt.
That's right, he went to Vandy.
Former Cy Young winner. Black #1 overall pick, Major League Baseball. Wilma Rudolph, legendary runner. Legendary track runner.
Mm-hmm.
Wilma Rudolph. You got Lark Voorhees, off Saved by the Bell, Lisa Turtle. You got Kim, the singer. Didn't know that. Didn't know that one. You got the infamous Young Buck from Cashville.
Well, I mean, right now 50 we may need to replace him.
Well,
the way 50
we gonna owe some money if we give him too much props. So let's just mention them and keep it moving. And then you got all right. So we debated this one, but we felt like this was the right thing to go based on her roots. You got Oprah Winfrey, man.
That's a whole deck. That's like you come with your own cards up under the table, and you're gonna slide whatever you want from under the table and put it into your space.
This is like if Hawaii had a team, and you like, we got Obama, and it's like, oh damn.
That's all. And then they would probably try to figure out a way to claim the Rock too somehow.
Maybe he lived there for a while.
Yeah, that's what I said. They would try to figure it out.
But he lived in Tennessee too. Rock lived everywhere, but he's from Miami. So we settled on Oprah because Oprah was born in Mississippi, moved north, lived in Milwaukee for a little while, but she did spend time growing up in Nashville and went to Tennessee State for her undergrad. Feel like the roots is the deepest right there.
Chicago can go and claim her too, though. Don't get it.
She ain't from there though.
Like, she been there. She put the.
I mean, they gonna claim Obama too.
Yeah, they gonna claim them all.
But we up to this.
We got another city that's gonna be claiming a lot of folks.
So
it's gonna be real debatable in round 2.
Notable black athletes that have run through Nashville only. Yeah,
only. No Memphis.
Eddie George.
Yep.
Steve McNair, NFL MVP Steve McNair. Yep. Javon Curse, the Freak. PK Subban.
One of the best in hockey.
You got Darius Garland, top 5 pick in the NBA draft, about to be a rookie. Jordan Matthews.
Oh, damn, he is.
Balled out for Vanderbilt.
Mm-hmm.
So some guys there. So
Miami's got this though.
So I didn't see this happening.
No,
I did not see this happening
because Nashville has a lot more black culture in it.
Now I tell you,
they just don't have. They have a lot of great 6 and 7 things, and they just don't have the all-stars to really push the agenda.
Now, I tell you what, this was a white people ranking. Nashville is going to the championship.
Against Green Bay.
No, there ain't no great white people who came from Green Bay except for the ones that play football there. Nashville, when you look at Nashville done produced some white people, boy. My goodness. I was looking at that. I was like, man, this has got to...
Oh, no, which guy's from Memphis? Justin Timberlake. I was thinking Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, he's Memphis. Yeah. So, so we going on in the AFC side. Yeah. We moving on to Oakland. Oakland versus Baltimore next round, and what's going to be a bloodbath.
You already called it?
It's going to be nasty. That's going to be nasty. And then we got Houston versus Nashville.
No, are we going Nashville over Miami?
I'm sorry, Miami. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
The battle of the strip clubs.
I'm very excited about this. I'm very excited about
Miami
this.
might better redeem themselves from what they did, what they lacked in black celebrities for their shake joints.
So on the AFC side, everything is still chalk. We got the top 4 seeds still moving on. So there might have been something to our formula. We gonna see what we got on the NFC side.
All right,
Up first, we got Washington, Chicago.
Yep.
All right.
So, all right. DC. DC's got some people there. Jiba Nkandimba, Chris Parlow from The Wire.
Okay.
From DC. I'm just going through. Dave Chappelle, DC. Regina Hall, DC. Taraji P. Henson, DC. Samuel Jackson, DC. Let's run through my list here. Marion Barry, DC.
Hold on.
Look, y'all, all heroes don't wear capes, all right?
Okay. Some of them wear their cape on their nose.
Jeffrey Wright, the great actor Jeffrey Wright, is from there. These are some athletes that are from there. Maybe they didn't make their bones there, but they from there.
You didn't write your list out like me.
Exactly, because mine is pretty much easier. Batista.
Yeah.
Elgin Baylor.
Wait, Batista don't count. He ain't black. Ain't no part of Batista black. Elgin Baylor, yes.
Vernon Davis, Kevin Durant, Byron Leftwich. I mean, Pete Sampras kind of has like a little process, don't it? Does that count?
It's like a Justin Timberlake process.
Chuck Brown, musicians Chuck Brown. The Great Wale. Duke Ellington. Marvin Gaye.
Uh-oh.
Johnny Gill.
Yes.
If anybody's into newer artists, Gold Link. Maya. They claim Genuine here too. I mean, I could throw them out. I mean, we don't need to take the Genuine for this.
I didn't mention them in Baltimore, so I mean.
Yeah, so that's and Wale. That's it for them. They also have the Club Love, the legendary Club Love and Dreams.
You can't give them a black stamp.
Okay, that's right. We're going to.
Can't do it.
Yep.
So what are some of the great DC athletes
that ran through there?
Yeah.
The great
Wes Unseld.
Oh damn! I forgot about him. I was thinking about Bernard King.
Yeah.
Doug Williams.
First black man to win the Super Bowl.
First black
quarterback, yeah.
To win the Super Bowl. DC has a weird sports thing because they ain't got basketball at all. The Bullets have been horrible. Unless Rod Strickland. We gonna Rod Strickland?
Rasheed Wallace. That's where he got drafted. Juwan Howard got drafted there too.
Is Detroit gonna try to claim Rasheed though?
Portland could claim Rasheed.
Rasheed run a ring on Detroit at least.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
You know what I'm saying?
Doug Williams, good call on that. Darryl Green.
Yeah, he's the fastest cornerback in the world.
Top 3 corner cover all the time in my book for sure. Art Monk. I don't think the Nationals have ever had a great black baseball player. No. I think Howie Kendrick might be their best player, and that's
Jesus. You had to dig in the crates for that one.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that basketball, really.
Wes Unseld's their best player.
Yeah, but then Bernard King.
Bernard King, and I think about Bernard King. I think about the Knicks.
Yeah, but he bought out there too with the Bullets.
Bradley Beal. Not even joking.
Yeah, no, Bradley Beal. 2.5 years ago, we'd have said John Wall, but we don't.
That's it. You know, any brothers play for the Capitals?
Didn't just get signed by the Bullets? Not the Bullets, the Wizards.
They're the Bullets. It's fine. That's what I call
them. Joe Johnson, didn't he get signed in there?
I'm not counting Joe Johnson.
Oh, he's an All-American hero.
But he's gonna have to be one for Atlanta or Phoenix.
Okay.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah.
Wes Unseld, Bernard King, Doug Williams, Darryl Green, Art Monk, Bradley Beal. Not bad.
Yeah, no, that's not bad at all.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not the best. Not bad. All right. So, cool. And they're facing off against
Chicago.
Oh boy.
Harold Washington, first black mayor. One of the first black mayors of a major U.S. city as well.
Mm-hmm.
They Common, Twister, the Speed Not Mobsters, Crucial Conflict, Lupe Fiasco, Kanye West. Now, some of y'all gonna have to, bear with us on this one. R. Kelly, you gotta kind of.
He's from there, man.
Yeah.
You can't tell the story of Chicago music without talking about R. Kelly.
Yeah, no, that's real. That's just musicians. Now, gang-wise, we got Larry Hoover.
Larry Hoover. He's on the scroll
Yeah,
now.
that's what I'm saying. Now, look, I mean, he's still a famous black person from that gang went across the whole world.
He's on there. He's on there.
We also have DeSabo, who discovered Chicago. One of the first black adventurers, frontiersmen, I would say. Damn, Chicago's got a lot of people. Damn, Chicago.
This is why you
Red
write
Fox
your list out.
is considered partly Chicago. He grew up in Bronzeville. Marla Gibbs.
Red Fox from St. Louis, dog.
They said they got him on. They got him on it.
Like, man.
Nah,
you ain't
I'm
taking
fine with it.
Nah.
Marla Gibbs, though.
Red Fox grew up with people from my family. That's a real story.
Yeah. Marla Gibbs. Lorenz Tate. Kel Mitchell from Kenan and Kel. Does Hugh Hefner count?
Wow.
This is
No, we can't stack the deck.
Now, Terrence Howard, does Chicago want to claim him?
We're going to claim him for him.
Jennifer Hudson. William James Jones, who was Blackula.
Absolutely. I'm just going to put him down as Blackula, though.
Okay. Because then people will understand and know that what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Bernie Mac.
Oh, boy.
That's a big one. I mean, that's a lot for them right now. Lisa Ray. DeBrat. Does Bill Murray count for black?
No.
Okay. I would love to get him in there somewhere. Keke Palmer. The great porn star Jenny Peppers.
Okay.
She's basically the Heather Hunter, right after Heather Hunter, if you look at the timeline of black porn stars.
I'm aware of the timeline of black porn stars. Can I throw a few more people in here,
Shonda
though?
Rhimes.
Yeah.
Craig Robinson. Sherry Shepard.
This is almost in
Mr. T.
Well.
You said you changed your mind as soon as we got there.
Well, yes.
Yeah, so that's his actors there.
Listen, man. Shaka Khan is from Chicago.
Shaka Khan's from Chicago?
Yeah, man.
Now, they got Oprah on her.
Can't do it, man.
I know. I thought Chicago's going to claim Oprah.
Yeah, I mean, but she spent her time there, too. But we talking about where them roots come from, though. Is that it for Chicago? You know, there's some athletes. Leaving some crazy athletes out of there.
Crazy athletes. Derrick Rose.
Anthony Davis,
Dwayne Wade. Jordan's going to count on there for them. People that went through there. No, but I'm saying.
But I'm not talking about people that went through there yet. You ain't even touched native athletes from Chicago.
Yeah.
This is just straight up. I mean, I can help you. I can throw some people.
Throw them out there.
I can throw some people out for that.
Yeah, throw them out there.
I mean, you got Anthony Davis. We already hit on that. Mm-hmm. Mike Krzyzewski's from Chicago. He's white, but I mean, look how much he's done for black people.
Nick Anderson.
Yeah. Yep. I'm only thinking about G's of G's. Doc Rivers.
Patrick Beverly.
Doc Rivers. Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas is a good one. Tim Hardaway.
Yep.
We could put a nice woman athlete in there. even though she's born in St. Louis, but grew up there, is Candace Parker.
Mm-hmm.
Candace Parker was born in St. Louis.
Yeah, but she from there though.
Yeah, she from Naperville.
Donovan McNabb.
Yeah.
It's G's, man.
It's some G's.
G's, like all over the place, level G's. So.
The great Ronnie Fields.
Oh man.
Does Kevin Garnett get counted there?
So Kevin Garnett's from South Carolina. Yeah, did his high school work in there. Yo, man, Stuart Scott and Mike Wilbon are from there. Chicago. Yo, like that's whew. Mike Conley Jr. I mean Senior. If you talk about track. Yeah, so that's Chicago's list. But let's talk about athletes representing, holding the flag. I mean, all right, so let's
the whole Bulls roster from '91.
So Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, for sure.
Dennis Rodman, B.J. Armstrong.
I ain't giving no. I'm talking about legends. Talking about legends. Yeah.
Horace Grant, you can.
No, not a legend, not a Hall of Famer. Andre Dawson, Ernie Banks.
Yeah, I can go with
Frank Thomas.
Frank Thomas, definitely. Definitely Frank Thomas. Walter Payton.
Yeah, sweetness.
Yeah. Richard Dent.
Mike Singletary.
Mike Singletary.
The Fridge. He's a WWE Hall of Famer.
Is he?
Yeah.
Wasn't he only just in one match?
Celebrity wing, baby, it counts.
Oh, okay. Bulls, after that. White Sox. Frank Thomas on the White Sox, like White Sox that we can mention. Cubs, dude.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Yeah, Chicago's. That's
the peak of That's the very top of the list.
Yeah.
I mean, you could throw Khalil Mack in there for what he's doing right now.
Shit,
he's a killer.
He's killing people right now. Like literally.
Yeah, like. Straight up doing things I haven't even seen before. So, with this, I'll cast my opinion first, since this is your list here. That's tough. DC versus Chicago. Contributions for the...
DC. Add DC Grateful Edmond. Since we put a famous drug dealer on the Chicago side, Grateful Edmond for DC.
Okay. Hey, man, you know what? I think I got to go Chicago. Contributions to
and DC doesn't have that heavy post life performance as Chicago.
What do you mean?
Like people going in there and running things and coming from other cities, come in there and being able to do their thing.
They got the highest grossing actor of all time here, Samuel L. Jackson.
Born there. I'm talking about you moved to the city. Like we talking about like all the athletic wise. We talking about all the Bulls, Frank Thomas.
Yeah,
all those, you know what I'm saying, like DC.
The black athlete prep. Good Lord, hold on. Let's think about this though. Mm-hmm. Who are the top 3 performers? The people from the city. Who are your top 3 people from DC here? Because I'm gonna take. Let's just say top 5. Let's say top 5 people.
Is this people all over? All the are born people?
Yes, natives. Chappelle. Samuel Jackson.
Marion Barry.
Marvin Gaye and Duke Ellington. So we're going Dave Chappelle, Samuel Jackson, Duke Ellington, Marvin Gaye, and Marion Barry. Is this your final?
Yeah.
Okay.
Marion Barry is a G, man. He may go get high before the game, but he gonna drop some buckets for you.
Chicago's top 5 people.
Michael Jordan.
He's not from Chicago.
Okay.
Kanye West. I mean, looking at this list.
Yeah, I mean.
Shonda Rhimes.
Shonda Rhimes is a G in there, yeah.
Mr. T.
No.
He's Mr. T. Shit. Isaiah Thomas.
I could put Zeke in there. You got to put Harold Washington in there.
Harold Washington and Larry Hoover.
Oh no, fuck that. Nikki Giovanni.
Oh, very good call.
Nikki Giovanni.
Okay. Who'd you bump out? Larry Hoover?
So who was my 5 again? Because Larry Hoover's got to make this now. Because that's important.
Kanye West.
Kanye West got to go.
Kanye West has to make it.
Larry Hoover is more important in Chicago than Kanye West. I will guarantee you that.
Kanye West means more to the world. We're talking about
Chicago people.
We talking about your
Chicago people would lose the game by putting Larry Hoover in over Kanye West.
It very well could come down to them losing, is what I'm saying right now.
I think Chicago people would be okay going down.
I guarantee you, nobody I know from Chicago wants to lose anything to anybody from any other city, especially
but if
DC.
it was Larry Hoover or Kanye West for them to win or lose,
I think they would. They ain't that mad at Kanye
to lose to DC.
Yeah, Kanye done.
Now this is Detroit.
Kanye's put Kanye.
Now this is Detroit. They would have to put in Larry Hoover.
Kanye has put on for Chicago.
Larry Hoover did too.
Listen, bro. Stop for a second.
Look.
And think about the greater contributions to society.
Larry Hoover.
You want Chicago to lose. That's what you're doing right now.
Look. Larry Hoover. Okay, so we got Kanye.
You're putting Larry Hoover against Marion Barry then. That's who you got to pit him against.
That's a great matchup.
Who
and Larry Hoover's going to win.
All right, then. So the greatest person that's come from DC on this list that we have here is Marvin Gaye?
Shit.
Samuel Marvin Gaye?
I thought Marvin Gaye grew up in Detroit, though. I'm going to dispute that one.
I mean, what are we talking about here?
No, he grew up in D.C. Okay, so
yeah.
he can stay there.
Yeah. You associate him with Detroit because you associate him with Motown.
Right, yeah. Oh, man, D.C. people will probably be mad. I'm not a problem with Marvin Gaye. I could just see us maybe missing somebody that's D.C. that's the most important that come out of D.C.
Dave Chappelle, Samuel L. Jackson, Marvin Gaye, Kevin Durant, Elgin Baylor, Duke Ellington.
I would say Duke Ellington more than Marvin Gaye.
No. Marvin Gaye?
Duke Ellington set up the whole style.
I know. Marvin Gaye's in there, though. You got to get rid of Marion Barry. There's no way Marion Barry can be in there over Marvin Gaye. I know he's one of your personal favorites, but you need to look at this throughout the entirety of it.
It's like having your son on your squad and you keep on putting him out there in the game and he's not good.
And that nigga not good. Sit your damn son down and win the game.
All right, you can take out Marion Barry. That's fine.
Dave Chappelle, Samuel L. Jackson, Duke Ellington. Yeah. Huh? So what we going? Chicago or DC? We got a lot of dead air in this show.
I'm going Chicago, man, still.
All right, man. We'll move Chicago on.
Yeah, I'm going Chicago, man.
Move Chicago on.
Uh-oh. We have Samuel Jackson technically grew up in Chattanooga, Tennessee. He moved there at 6.
He moved to Tennessee at 6?
6 to Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Well, we moved Chicago on anyway.
Yeah, but I'm saying y'all had a ringer sitting in there that y'all didn't.
You tried to give Chicago a ringer with Red Fox, and he's a St. Louis cat.
Yeah, that was like when you had CYC league and it'd be like a 15-year-old in your CYC league.
So we just had an upset. That's a 6 coming over a 3.
Yeah.
Chicago moves on, which sets us up for a Chicago-Atlanta showdown.
Damn, could we make the change right with Chicago versus Detroit?
No, I want Detroit. I want this LA or New Orleans against Detroit next. Them 3 different types of worlds.
But Chicago Detroit has the rivalry though.
That's fine. If they're meant to see each other, they'll see each other.
All right.
So next, LA versus New Orleans.
I mean, shit, man. LA. Let's go New Orleans first because LA is just ridiculous amount of people that in different aspects. But let me pull my list up here from New Orleans. All right, so we had to go to the tote board on this last one because it was so heated.
Yeah, so for our last showdown here in the wild card round, we have 4 seed versus 5 seed. The Rams of Los Angeles versus New Orleans. The Saints are representing the city of New Orleans, so we're pitting LA against New Orleans here in the 4 versus 5, which has proven to be one of the tougher divides we've had amongst them all. I'm going to read New Orleans here for us. Louis Armstrong, Juvenile, Wayne.
That's a great transition.
That's a fantastic transition.
Juvenile.
Yeah, I love it. Louis Armstrong, Juvenile, Wayne, Turk, BG, Baby, Manny Fresh, Master P, the whole No Limit camp minus Snoop, which also gives you Beats by the Pound, Mia X, a lot of G's, Mac, may you rest in peace, C Murder, Silk, all of them.
Soldier Slim, rest in peace.
Yes, Fiend, Mr. Servon,
Mr. Magic, rest in peace too.
yeah,
Big
Big Ed the Assassin.
They got a couple people that they
got a lot of people that ain't gonna make it to the tour next month. But this is where New Orleans got some gems, some people hidden down there that I just didn't even know was from there. Tyler Perry, Garrett A. Morris, Brian and Greg Gumbel, Carl Weathers, which means Apollo Creed is from New Orleans, but Apollo Creed is from L.A.
Yeah.
So imagine that. Turncoat. Carl Weathers, Marshall Faulk, Donna Brazile, Stanley Tukey Williams, the founder of the Crips, meaning that New Orleans, one of the most, maybe arguably the most dangerous export ever out of New Orleans is the Crips. It took over L.A.
Whoever thought that they got that up out of New Orleans, he was like, you know what? This shit's too crazy to me in New Orleans. I'm finna go out to L.A.
Hey, Fats Domino, Mahalia Jackson, Aaron Neville, all of the Marsalis family, the Junkyard Dog, Aeneas Williams, Reggie Wayne, Cordell Stewart, and Kerry Kittles.
And we've got Anthony Mackie.
And Anthony Mackie, thank you.
And you've got Wendell Pierce.
And Wendell Pierce.
On the actor side. And do we want to mention
Bunk from the Wire.
What's his name? The dude that's got into the trouble on The Shy. He's from New Orleans too.
Well.
Maybe we talked about that a few weeks back. I mean, and he didn't really put in that much work to be.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So here are the athletes that are representing for New Orleans. Ricky Williams, Joe Horn, Marcus Colston, Deuce McAllister, Willie Rofe, Hall of Famer, Alvin Kamara, Anthony Davis, and Zion Williamson.
They got a lot.
I mean, Lonzo Ball, I guess. He on the way. Yeah. If we pit in L.A. against New Orleans, a cat that lived in both.
I mean, he's not going to get picked up on the L.A. side, it looks like.
No, most
so
certainly
he might as well
not.
play for New Orleans.
Man, that is a hell of a roster for New Orleans, who might have a little bad luck of a draw here with L.A., but maybe not. Let's see. Yeah. So, all right, we're gonna start with this. We're gonna leave fictional characters in L.A. out because there's been just an insane amount of movies.
There's just 50 people in L.A.
Yeah, it's just it's
not fair. Then,
insane.
Because you have movies being made in L.A. and most movies being based in L.A. That's not fair.
Yeah, but so here are some L.A. natives that we picked out from the patches of the many people there. And I'm gonna say this too: picking through L.A. isn't the easiest thing on earth because you have to look at people that get claimed for being in LA simply because they've lived there forever. But these are people that got roots, that are from there, that have grown up in some part of Los Angeles.
Long Beach Poly or something like that.
Yeah, like Los Angeles, Long Beach, Pasadena,
Compton,
Orange County, Compton. Like these are the areas that what you generally consider to be LA. D.L. Hewley, Nat King Cole, Dorothy Dandridge, Etta James, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eazy-E, Ice Cube, Kendrick Lamar, John Singleton, Carl Lewis, Floyd Griffith Jr., Keyshawn Johnson, Tyra Banks, will.i.am, Tyrese Gibson, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Nipsey Hussle, Zoe Kravitz, Klay Thompson, Rashida Jones, Tiger Woods, Ozzie Smith, Tony Gwynn, Paul Pierce, Eddie Murray, Warren Moon, Ken Norton Jr., and O.J. Simpson.
I think LA's run away with this shit.
Here's the athletes. The athletes to represent from the town. And we're not counting Brooklyn Dodgers, so we're not doing the history of the Dodgers. We're just doing people that put their roots down in L.A. Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, James Worthy, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, Eric Dickerson, Marcus Allen, and Jackie Slater.
They don't have the pro level as much as besides the Lakers.
Yeah, well,
the Lakers. That's a lot of fucking rings.
That's 3 top 10 players of all time in one sport enough. Right there.
Do you count
and a top 10 running back?
Do you count Reggie Bush in this for his college career?
No, because I'm not counting collegiate athletes. We have to go back and evaluate people
in other places.
Yeah. So here's the big thing that comes down to. It comes down to music and athletics against music on just a crazy level. In like,
LA's got a lot more political people too, though. Like Bunchy Carter and who was the Black Panther, who got killed at the by Encore. Not Encore. Was it Encore? No, got the name of the group. But Bunchy Carter and I can't remember the brothers' his partner's name. They were Black Panthers. They really were trying to join people up between different organizations, getting them all together. Really like taking Black Panther Party to the next level. So you can't mention LA without Bunchy Carter and I forgot the other brother's name. I can't remember it for nothing. But
how far is Monroe, Louisiana, from New Orleans?
That's like a lifetime.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a lifetime.
Okay, it's up north. It's up closer to Shreveport.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah, it's up Shreveport, Monroe, Alexandria, all Lafayette, all that stuff is like 2-3 hours from New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, you can
John Huggins is the other guy.
We can roll in.
John Huggins
I mean, we can roll in guys like Tom Bradley, who's first black mayor of L.A.
Yeah.
I mean,
LA's got a lot of the political stuff.
LA's got a lot of political
stuff on the low.
Yeah, LA's got a lot of political points on there. But for the purpose of this program,
do they get Johnny Cochran too?
Is Johnny from out there?
No, but he really. I mean, that's like one of them things where he put in so much work in LA.
Yeah,
he's from Shreveport.
Yeah, Johnny's from Shreveport because Johnny went to school he's from
UCLA.
He's from the Upsilon chapter. That's how I remember it. I'm sorry.
He went to UCLA.
That's how Upsilon. Yeah. We're not going to be transporting people from where they went to school if they didn't grow up there.
Oh no, he went up there during the Great Migration in before high school. He graduated from high school in LA.
Oh well, he's from
he graduated in the first class from Los Angeles High School in 1955.
Okay.
So they got Johnny. They got Johnny.
Ooh. You know what?
the Johnny put the Johnny
Man,
Cochran.
that's tough because that's such a rich lineage of black folks from New Orleans. But I'm going to have to go L.A.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go L.A.
And a bigger issue with it is, some of these cities even too, is that a lot of people that dope from New Orleans don't even don't really go back there much at all.
Well,
There's a lot of cities like that. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I don't know.
That's the key
I
point.
mean, there's a lot of people that come through St. Louis that
They never
you
come
probably
back
don't.
either.
You probably don't associate with St.
Yeah,
Louis.
but they from the loop, but they never come back like that.
So our NFC matchup for the next round is Atlanta versus Chicago in a 1-6, with Chicago being the only upset, and then Detroit versus Los Angeles, which I think is going to be a pretty.
It's basically going to be the black people that migrated from the Midwest versus their kinfolk in LA. The people that stayed back during the Great Migration, the second Great Migration of the West Coast, versus them new blacks in LA.
Now, let me ask you as a bit of indulgent. No, there would have been no way. St. Louis, there's no way St. Louis would have made these playoffs because it wouldn't have beat Chicago for that 6th seed, and it wouldn't have overcome LA.
No.
Interesting.
No.
Well,
It would have been also looking in though, it'd have been on the side where it said in the hunt.
Mm-hmm.
St. Louis would definitely be in the hunt.
Like when you get a bad draft pick,
Yeah,
but you still didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah,
like you
it's
get
like
the 13th pick.
Yeah, you went 9-7. It was
And
like
you're
on the
like-
bubble, and you're like, God damn, I might as well win it 7-9 at least.
We can't even trade this damn pick. We just got to take like the 5th best wide receiver or something. That's St. Louis, the 5th best wide receiver of America.
You said we got to take the 5th best wide receiver.
Oh boy.
Make sure you give us your thoughts on this. Email us.
Yeah.
Email us, hit us
Critiques.
up, Twitter, all that good stuff.
Critiques, bring them, man. Bring them. Because I want to know. If we miss somebody that's important, shout them out.
Yeah.
We had to go back ourselves and check ourselves because some people's childhoods be divided up. You live one place or another, but hey, Chicago, Quincy Jones.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like it's a real thing. But we got mad love for all these towns, no matter how it is that we score them like that. But hey, There's got to be a winner.
It does.
And I look forward to pitting to pitting Atlanta against Chicago to sort out the blackness.
Oh, that's a new. That's what we should call next. They call it the divisional round something. The new blacks versus the old blacks.
Ooh.
Because look at these matchups.
Yeah, it's real.
Detroit versus LA, Chicago versus Atlanta. Those are direct cities where both sets of people migrated
The
from.
only migration city that didn't make it to the next round was Kansas City, and that's just because Baltimore had Frederick Douglass and W.E.B. Du Bois.
That's coming with nukes.
Like, good Lord.
Make sure you hit us up. Let us know y'all thoughts, and we'll be seeing you soon. Peace.